Ask and you shall receive, I guess. Hey, what's up, you guys? FilmFan0599 here again, and today we're going to review 50 Shades Darker. So 50 Shades Darker stars Jamie Dormer and Dakota Johnson. What this film is about, it's about when, what is real, I guess the basic plot of this is that Christian Grey wants to try to get back with Anastasia Steele, and there's some things that we don't know about Christian Grey's past or whatever. I guess that's what the assumption of the plot was. It was really hard to get what the plot was of this movie, and I guess that's what it is, so yeah. I'm not gonna lie to any of you, I wasn't gonna see this movie probably. This was gonna be, because for one thing, I didn't see the first movie because that was one of those rare moments where I was like, I'm not even gonna bother to see it. I'm not going to waste my time on that movie. It was one of those rare times where I was like, I'm not gonna waste my time on it. I really am not. But I was gonna do the same thing with this movie because I just didn't want to waste my time with these movies. Those movies I just didn't really want to waste my time with. But the reaction that this movie got, and the amount of people that want to see me review this, I'm like, okay, I can't let anybody down. Like, I got to see this and review it. So, here we are now. What do I think of it? Come on. Come on. Come on. Do you think I'm going to come on here and be like, oh, this movie's so good? No. I can't even joke about it. I'm dead serious. I can't even joke about that. No, this movie's a big old pile of garbage. This is awful. This is a terrible movie. This is a really, really bad movie. I absolutely hated 50 Shades Darker. It is a terrible movie. So let's get into my positives. No positives whatsoever with this movie. Let's just jump straight into the negatives. And the negatives are, first being, the acting in this movie. The acting is awful. Like, seriously, it is terrible. It's so wooden and so painfully bad. This acting, like, it is terrible. Jamie Dormer, who plays, the Christian Grey, he's so wooden. Like, the dude is so bland and so wooden. He really is, and he's just terrible. Oh my goodness, like, he really is. He's just so bland in this movie. I thought he did a really terrible job, and he just wasn't good, and wasn't all that compelling as a main character. Same goes with Dakota Johnson as Anastasia Steele. She's very, wooden, bland, unconvincing. Like, it's just, she's not good in this movie. She really isn't. And Dakota Johnson, I liked her in Black Mass. She was good in that movie, but I don't know why she decided to do these movies, but I don't know. But she was really bad. Like I said, wooden and bland, and yeah, she was just terrible. But I think the guy that gives the worst performance in this movie is the guy that plays, like, this psychopathic, like, boss. Like, this very obsessive, psychopathic boss. Yeah, his acting was so over the top and so terrible in this movie. He was by far, I think, the one that gave the worst performance in this entire film. He was terrible in this movie. Kim Basinger, she's in the film too. Whatever. She's just there for the paycheck, just there for the paycheck. That's really all she's there for. She's barely even in the movie, and she wasn't good for what she had to do. So yeah. Yeah, the acting is not that good in this movie. It's pretty terrible. It really is. It's awful. I don't buy into this relationship. I really don't. Like, you're supposed to make me buy into that these characters love each other. Christian Grey really wants her. I don't buy into it. The romance is awful. It's really terrible. And the two have no chemistry whatsoever. Like, seriously, these two have no chemistry. I was just like, this is bad. Like, this is terrible. They're trying to make me think that these two are really in love with each other, and both of the actors just have no chemistry with each other whatsoever. They're terrible. It's a terrible romance. It really is. Some of the worst I've seen on film. I've seen a lot of bad romances, and this is definitely one of the worst ones. And the fact that, when you get to those scenes, like, the scenes that these movies try to hype themselves up for, the things where they do adult things times 100, even those scenes, it's like, it's so boring. It's so boring. Like, it really is. I'm just sitting there like, okay, alright, whatever. Like, I'm literally sitting there like, okay. Like, I literally am, like, just slouching down with that look on my face. I'm just, okay. Like, seriously, I just was so bored by those scenes. They were even sometimes laughable. Like, seriously, they were so terrible, those scenes. They were really bad. And I was just like, wow, not even the movie could get right of what it's trying to market itself to be. It can't even get that right. That's how bad it is. Oh man, the writing is atrocious with this movie. The writing is just atrocious. It's terrible. Like, definitely an awful screenplay. The directing is terrible as well. I believe the director's name is James Foley. That's what I believe what his name is. It's not good. Like, the directing is it's not that good, really. Like, it's not that well shot. Cinematography isn't really that great, to be honest. Just, the movie wasn't really that well directed in my eyes. So, yeah. But the biggest problem I think I have with this movie is that it is so boring! My goodness, is this movie boring? Seriously, nothing happens. For the most part of this movie, nothing happens. Nothing happens in this movie. It's an hour and 58 minutes of nothing. Of nothingness. Of nothing. Okay, this is all they do. Okay, this is all they do, right? They go on a date, they talk, they might argue, then scene happens, and a scene happens, and they go on a date again, they talk again. Oh, a subplot with the girl. Oh yeah, by the way, that makes no sense, that whole subplot. That was just thrown in there for absolutely no reason to me. It was just like, we need a subplot for a subplot. So yeah. It's just, nothing happened in this movie. It's just, all it is just them going on a date and talking. That's it. It's very uninteresting, especially with these two lead characters that have no chemistry whatsoever. Like, seriously, no chemistry at all. These characters don't have chemistry whatsoever. So yeah, it's really boring, this movie. This movie did not need to be almost 2 hours. Like, they could have cut it down some, okay? So yeah. Overall, 50 Shades Darker, this is bad. This is a terrible movie. I wouldn't say that this is worse than Resident Evil. I still think Resident Evil is just a bit worse to me. But if someone said that this is their worst movie of the year so far, I could completely understand. Absolutely. So yeah, not Resident Evil, 50 Shades Darker. This is terrible. It's a bad movie. And it's time for my official grade on 50 Shades Darker. My official grade on 50 Shades Darker is an F. An F, 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 the F, F. This movie is awful. I absolutely hated 50 Shades Darker. It's a terrible, terrible movie. Please, really, don't waste your time with these movies. I've never liked this, but please, just don't waste your time with it. Seriously, don't waste your time with this movie. Quit making movies like this, make money. Like, seriously, quit making movies like this, make money. This was awful. Just skip out on it. If you see it at Walmart, to buy it on DVD when it comes out on DVD, just walk past it. Buy something else. Okay, don't waste your time with this movie. Like, seriously, this is bad. This is awful. So, yeah. So, what did you guys think of 50 Shades Darker? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm FilmFan0599, and we will see you all later. Peace.